Good afternoon. I'm just going to talk about what's happening this weekend. And there's been a lot of hoopla. I'm just going to say that right off the bat, and we're just going to give it to you straight from what we can see right now. And we'll hopefully get through the weekend without much damage. So the first thing just want to talk to you about is kind of what the current setup is. And for those of you on the webinar, I'll take time to go through this slowly to make sure everything gets updated. Right now, low pressure is located west of Dodge City, Kansas, and that's going to be developing here in not too much longer. And as we go through the next 24 hours here, just kind of give you a feeling of what's going to happen. By this evening, that low is going to continue to strengthen with a warm front moving up through northern Texas. And as that occurs, we're going to try to get some moisture up into here. And that's been really the limiting factor with this event and all the other events that we've had this spring, is trying to get that Gulf moisture into the area. It really just hasn't been happening, and so that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to go through this looking to see if that's going to happen with this event. So that's the limiting factor for our severe weather event coming up this week, and I just want to make sure we're clear on that. Overnight tonight, the warm front moves into Kansas. Then by Saturday morning, we're looking at extending from Oklahoma City down the Winfield up to Goodland, and that's going to transport again warm moist air into the region. By Sunday evening, that warm front's going to stretch all the way up across northeast Kansas. So what that means is that we're going to have thunderstorms develop on the dry line that'll extend west of here from, say, Dodge City down to the panhandle of Texas. Those storms are going to develop along and east of the dry line and move northeast. That said, again, the big caveat here is, are we going to have enough moisture in here and enough convergence along that dry line to actually have that happen in Kansas? And right now, that situation is really uncertain. The best we could tell is that if that occurs, we're looking at an area initially to develop west of Highway 14 after 5 p.m. Saturday evening. Those storms initially, if they develop, will have potentially to have hail to baseball size with them, winds to 70 miles per hour, minimal tornado threat initially. If this event transpires into the evening here, after 9 p.m., it looks like the tornado threat will increase dramatically as the low-level jet gets going and the temperatures decrease. And what that will do is effectively allow cloud bases to lower, with these storms producing a more favorable environment for tornadoes. Again, if storms are ongoing. We do believe that storms that are down in Oklahoma will eventually move up into the area overnight, mainly along the 135 corridor, plus or minus 50 miles on either side. And if that occurs after midnight, by that time we do believe the tornado threat will have diminished again to where we're looking at mainly a large hail damaging wind type situation into the morning hours. That's Saturday. On Sunday, we will have a situation where those storms will move off to the east, probably be less than severe at that time, and then after about 2 o'clock in the evening, re-strengthen along and east of the Flint Hills. And again, we're looking at, with that situation, mainly a wind-damaging threat, a squall line type situation, maybe some larger hail up to golf ball size, with a minimal tornado threat. We think that will be out of the state of Kansas by about 6 to 7 p.m. that evening. And so that's what we're looking at, just to give you some graphics that will visualize that here. Again, for Saturday, we're looking at an initialization area here west of Highway 14, with the main threat area along and west of Interstate 135. Development after 5 p.m., baseball hail and 70 mile per hour winds, the main threats, and a tornado threat after 9, say 9 to midnight. Graphically, again, for Sunday, we're looking at a threat basically east of 135, and we're looking at hail to golf ball size, 70 mile an hour winds, and a minimal tornado threat. That's really all we have for you. Please feel free to ask any questions that you have at this time.